Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Sledge here with my little brother, Sweet Lips, the sweetest lips in the West. I heard you
Hello,
guys.
everyone.
You missed him, huh?
Hello.
Yeah, yeah. How are you all doing today? How are you all doing? Let's hold on. Let's acknowledge Martin Luther King Day. Yay. Because people had well rested holiday, and some of us got an extra day off. So, and we shall overcome. We're almost there. We shall overcome. But happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Hold on a minute, guys, because some just don't look right, and some of y'all probably just been blinded by the brightness. But bear with me because it is what it is. Okay. There. Hold on
Okay.
one second. But
There.
again, it is Legend Sweet Lips here. And once again, we welcome you all to our Sledge and Sweet Lips Hour, okay? And normally we're here talking about our children and all, and this in a way has to do with our children still because, when it's all said and done, our children may try to pull something like this. And so, just in case the folks want to call them out, we'll call them out instead, right? So let me tell you what's trending right now so that you will know what this topic is all about. What is trending right now? The performance of, you know what? Now that I think about it, Sweet Lips, I want to say, because, the inauguration and who's performing and who's not performing, I want to say this. Like, the only one that I can really relate and say that's high on the totem pole would be Snoop Dogg, because when it's all said and done, he's the most recognizable rapper, right? And so
Yeah.
people people are up in arms about um, African American artists performing at this inauguration. And so, when you think about it, are they selling out or trying to break barriers? What do you think? What do you think, Sweet Lips?
Okay. I'm not going to say the word like selling out. It's too, that word people say, but I'm going to say either because barriers have been broken already. One, I know they get paid for doing it. Two, he's in a different tax bracket. And I think that's his attitude now. Like, I'm in a different tax bracket and I do. And my thing is also, people have a tendency of forgetting who got them there. And it ain't a black and white thing. So let me say that now. It has nothing to do with that because just as much, you name it, white, green, blue, any person you name, any nationality, they all love Snoop. But it just looks like he says one thing but do another. And sometimes they always say people come into money and they start acting different, a little bit different. Not saying that you forget where you come from, but
Right.
I remember he used to talk out the side of his face about when they come to the president. Not saying people can't change, but some people do, some people don't. I'm just saying Snoop is a little bit different now. And so people gonna look at him different. Some gonna look at him sideways. You know what I mean? And it's like he didn't have to be there. You didn't need the money to perform. You get paid to do that. He ain't doing it for free.
Right.
None of them ain't doing it for free, but y'all don't need the money. So why are you doing it? There's a reason why you're there.
Right. But of all, I think it was Snoop, Rick Ross, Soldier Boy, and Nelly. And I would say out of Rick Ross, Soldier Boy, Nelly, they need the money. They need the money. You know, in all the controversy that comes behind, from what I've read online with, you know, Soldier Boy, you know, he don't look financially right on paper.
Well, here's the thing. What I want to say, problem with that situation is, first of all, I don't see how he's performing or they invited him when he got to be the most, let me say it in nice terms, the most
Thuggish.
ghetto rat or the ghetto rat that you can even you wouldn't even think that they would even want him nowhere near there. But it just goes to show. Let me tell you how that looks to me. That looks like, well, look who we have performing. We have these people, you know what I mean, that's, you know, coming from, you know, the little ghetto hood or whatever. We got them coming here performing. That's how much we embrace everybody. That's how I'm looking at it. But you would pick him of all people, that little ghetto
That's
mice.
how I see that also. I see that as also is trying to, and this is just my opinion, and we're entitled to our opinion.
Yes, and we are tied to our opinion. I say it has nothing to do with racism. We don't do that here. It has to do what is. We know some people change, some people don't, and people don't realize when they're being used for this. You know, this is just a show. This how when it first started. The same thing with anyone. You would say one thing about someone, next thing you know, you're performing for them, you hanging around. Just like I'm surprised to see Sylvester Stallone all up in there. I'm like, I thought Sylvester Stallone was just Sylvester Stallone. Now all of a sudden, he pals with Trump since when?
But you
like,
know,
when that happened?
And like I said, and I just believe that it's a tactic used.
Yes.
To say that, you know, some African Americans really, they voted for Trump or whatever, but now they're trying to use it as, you know, to me, the old bait and switch type of thing. Like, oh, look how they all embraced me, knowing that we all did not, knowing that the ones that's up there didn't even embrace you.
No,
but
they didn't.
For a dime and a dollar.
Yeah, exactly.
They said, show me the dollar.
Exactly. And my thing too is like this. I don't care who you vote for. And it has to, what I care about is the words that they use to get your vote. How he's going to change the food on the table. Because things are changing now.
Right.
He ain't talking about our society and our world today. All of a sudden, you can commit a crime. And I just want to say this, people, this is Sweet Lips' own opinion. Own opinion. Now, since we talking about, because we family, so I'm going to tell it to you like this. You sit around here, we sit around here, and fair is fair. You commit a crime. Hey, you do the time, the whole bit. But let's be fair, because let's talk about Puffy sitting in jail. But yeah, you got a congressman that was sitting up there talking about grooming young women, sleeping with young women, all this. And everybody see no problem with that. The laws are changing. And I'm just saying, be fair. That's all it is. Be fair. Now all of a sudden, oh, well, let's just be kind of different because, you know, hey, this happened and you vote for this person. So it's okay. Whatever happened to the law is the law. Whatever happened to you? You commit a crime, you go to jail. Now, all of a sudden, we picking and choosing. This one gets out, this one
right,
stays in. That's my opinion.
right. But that's what I'm saying. It's all now, it just seems like this world, the society that we live in, and really just our society as a whole. Let's include people, let's include government, let's not try to single out,
No,
one
hold on.
division or all. But it
Oh,
just seems like we just live in a world today is that, you know what they say, money talks and BS walk.
yes, yes, yes.
When, whatever your pockets look like, um, someone can accommodate what's in your pockets. Because let me tell you something, what I truly believe. I myself truly believe that when it's all said and done, and this is just my opinion, I may be right, I may be wrong, that I just believe that with all of this evidence and this and that, when it's all said and done, that even Diddy will walk. I believe he will walk.
And you know what? And here's the thing. I believe that too. And if he did, let me tell you something. I wouldn't care. I can care less. I can care less because of the world that we living in today. Because here's the thing. They talking about teach your kids right from wrong and how not to commit a crime and how not to do this and break the law and all that. Man, to me, all that's out the window. On what's going on now, all that's out the window. I mean, come on. Come on. And
Yeah.
that's the way I feel about it. I feel like, really, because look what you're doing. Because honestly, and I want to talk about people, hear me, sweet lips saying about today. If you're going to sign executive order, sign an executive order that help people with food on the table. How about lowering some of these prices right away? You know what I mean? I don't care about Bob and Tony Romy and Ralphie Boom. And I don't care about them sitting in jail. How about the price of bacon and some eggs? How about
Right.
lowering that real fast? How about doing
Right.
that? That's why the people put you there. They put you there to lower some prices. I can tell you what's going to happen. And I'm going to tell you now, you heard it from Sweet Lips first. And this is just my opinion. When you get up in there, don't be shocked that don't nothing go lower. Nothing. Not a price of bread. Not even a piece of seed.
Right.
Nothing. He going to talk about how he can't do it. And I'm going to tell you
Right.
how he can't do it. He wasn't going to do it in the first place. It wasn't going to happen.
Right. I believe that. I
That's just my
believe, I
opinion.
believe, I believe that. And we have said before that, when it's all said and done, we try to remove and keep politics at a distance, but sometimes when it's trending, and you just have to speak on it, and you have to give people a platform to
Yes.
speak on it, because
Yes. And
when
it's
it's
our
all
opinion.
said and done, you know, to look at people that was against, this here president's policy, and now you're performing, like I said, to me, it's financial. And when you're in a tight spot, it goes back to what people saying that, you know, how some people will sell out, some people will sell their souls to the devil. You know what I mean? So, do people have a right to be disgusted by what's going on? They certainly do, because it's their right. And as long as you've been following the artist and you see their point of views, and then you look at it and say, well, how can you grab a mic and put on a smile? But you just have some people for the, like, if they really wanted somebody to perform, and I'm telling you right now, I can't sing. Why didn't I get a call? Because I would have been out there like, oh yeah, yeah. Let me tell you something. I would have been out there like y'all would have seen me out there. I would have been like, hey, if I knew that that move was going to get me out of debt. Let me tell you what some people just believe. Like, what you're doing is wrong, but I'll ask for forgiveness later. You know what I mean? And it seemed like that's the route they went. Nelly said no other president asked him to perform. Well, they weren't going to ask you when you were always viewed as some thug from St. Louis. You were just some thug. 5, 6, 7 years ago, you was a thug. And why would they have someone like you when they had Kanye, whatever his name, Yeezy, I don't even know what they're calling him today. When he was up there saying, oh, I'm gonna vote for him and he's a good guy, and you know what I mean? Everybody looked at him and said he was off his rockers. And that, he came off his meds, and you know what I mean? They tried to make it seem like he was the worst thing ever. You had Kim Kardashian, she was there saying how much she loved him. And, now you have Snoop Dogg and Rick Ross. I don't know if he's the one who started up let me just say hi to John DePack. Hi. You had him, if I'm not mistaken, he wasn't, no, y'all have to forgive me because I just don't be knowing all these people and where they fall in at. And so, you know what I mean? Like, I know I've heard of Nelly before, I've heard of Snoop Dogg, but Rick Ross, the last thing I heard about him, if it's him and if it's not, forgive me, that he had hit somebody with a car or something. Was he the one who went to jail, or was it another one? See,
No,
I don't know it.
Yeah, it was. I think it was somebody. I don't remember Rick Ross doing that, but I get what you're saying, because in my opinion is just about good 2-3 months ago, if I'm not mistaken, or a little bit. I'm kind of saying end of last year, whatever. I mean, wasn't Soldier Boy online arguing with somebody playing the gangster role, and then yet you perform? I mean, I don't understand this concept. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
All people, and then it's like, let me tell you, the only thing I know about Soldier Boy is Superman. Ooh, Superman. Oh, Superman. Hey, Superman. You know what I mean? And then I heard from Superman to him getting through doing threatened bodily harm, and and then now, to me, I have not heard that much about Nelly, but I haven't heard anything from Nelly since he did that one song with P. Diddy about the let me see you shake a tail feather. You know what I mean? And then the next thing I know, I heard that he had uploaded his penis. I don't know if it was, by mistake, and the people were talking about, you know what I mean? It was a P2P or whatever. And then now he's with Ashanti. So, and he just had a kid, and I don't know how many kids he had that's underage. So he's doing it for the money. But for him to say, no one's ever asked me to perform, is because you were always viewed as some thug. And to me, when they look at these African-American rappers, that's how they see them. And so when you look back, like, wow, so are we breaking barriers or are we selling out?
Okay,
and at this point, I'm just going to keep a spade, and I'm just going to say, to me, they are doing what is going to put food on their table, and what can possibly, make another mortgage payment or whatever. So then they will, when it's all said and done, and I'm just going to call it what I'm going to call it. When it's all said and done, then you will sell your soul to the devil.
And I was going to say this. They don't need to put food on the table. They ain't got to worry about that. They are rich. Snoop got so many businesses going, and so many, they got money. But like I said,
every commercial there is.
When people get in certain tax bracket and get up there with everyone else, they act, and everybody should change. Just because you once was a thug don't mean that you have to be that for the rest of your life. I get it. You're supposed to change. You're supposed to grow. Right. But at the same time, Keep it real. Don't say one thing and you're doing one thing, and then all of a sudden, here you are with the same person that you talked about. Now all of a sudden, we cool. I can tell you what it is, and you can see it from afar. And that's not us hating anybody out there having an opinion. You want to get in on the act with everyone else. You were like, well, so and so, why not? Why not get? I want to get. Let me tell you. Let me tell you my opinion, people. And that's just my opinion. Sweet Lips got to say it. The sister don't got me out here, so I got to put it this way. We gonna put it out here. I feel, and I can be wrong, and the Lord knows. I feel when all said and done, there's going to be a lot of people upset when that 4 years is done. And I feel like no matter what happens, I really feel like they're going to, I mean, when I say they are going to clean this country out by the time they leave that office. You best to believe that. That's how strongly I feel. I feel a lot of things that are supposed to be done are not going to get done. Because everybody keeps talking about this thing when it comes to the border. I couldn't care less about the border. The border ain't got nothing to do with the price of bacon, the price of eggs, some bread. I don't care about none of that.
Right.
Because half of these people that come over here, you're right. And I'm just going to say it. Heard it from Sweet Lips. Some are good, some are bad. But let me tell you something. A lot of them do come over here and work hard.
Right.
A lot of them do.
Right. That's true.
That's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. Not all of them are bad. I mean, come on.
Right. But, and then what I don't understand really is that when you say that from now on, it's just male and female, then where does that leave the others? So basically, they're just nobodies. So basically, you're saying, what, for the 4 years that I'm in office, that you got to go underground because you really have no identity? What are they saying? What happened to those people? And to continue to judge and say, this is not how God created, the earth. He created it for man and woman, and he did. He created it for man and woman. But that's not to say that we get to condemn these people for their choices that they are making. So basically, they were given the choice, and some people go through that, and I'm not going to knock it. Some people, I always felt like I was a boy, or I always felt like I was a girl. But basically, what you're saying is that however you feel, we're going to take that away from you. We're going to deny this. We're, and trust me, I am. And let me just put it out there. I am, I'm not for same-sex marriages and stuff like that. And it's just my belief. But I'm not going to judge someone else. I'm not going to judge someone else. I'm not going to judge someone because you think differently than I think. And it's not my job to sit there and say that I am in control of this. Because let me tell you something. If I said, well, if you're born a girl, then you're a girl. And if you were born a boy, then you're a boy. At the end of the day, is that going to put food on my table? Is that going to lower the price of gas? You know what I mean? Is it going to change my financial situation? It is not. So to say that, if a boy think he's a girl and the girl think that she's a boy, what does that have to do with me? Like, what does it have to do with my job? What difference is it going to make to say that you shouldn't perform in the Olympics, you should not be in any of our armed services, our armed forces, whatever word you want to use? Like, what difference in how do you look at people and condemn them? Because to me, and this is just my opinion, when you do that, basically when someone walks up to a person and they can tell that, I don't know if transgender is the right word to use, but then to me, you open them up as a target because you are targeting them, and now you will have people walking up to them trying to get confrontational. Who are you? What are you? No, 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 we don't have no more of that. You know what I mean? Like, life is hard as it is, because when you just think about it, I think it's Dwayne Wade, and he has a son and that identify as a girl. Where does that leave? Like, really, at the end of the day, I don't even know what to say. Well, what does that leave? Well, as she would want to be preferred as a she, but then where does that leave them who think like that? And now they become a social target because people were against it, and now people will be against them even more.
Okay, I want to say this. I understand. I agree with you saying. One, I have nothing against transgender, gay people, you name it. I can care less. One thing I want to say is what I don't agree with is when your child is at a young age, I'm not changing your name to a girl's name. I'm not doing none of that stuff. And you're 12 or 13 or 14. When you get grown, you do what you want. You do what you do what you want. That's your business. I'm not even against anyone being a son, daughter. I can care less, even
Right.
as a parent. But when you're young, I'm not going down there and changing your name from Tony to Sally. I ain't doing none of that. When you get grown, you do it yourself. That's for you to do. I am not doing it. I'm not saying that you can't be who you are, but I'm not changing no name. I'm not doing that. That's my point. And my also point is, I do believe if you have a sex change from a boy to a girl, I do believe that you should not be in no girls' gym with the girl, because I don't believe in that either. That's just my opinion. I don't. I really truly don't.
Right.
Because no matter what, you have changed some things, but deep down inside, no matter how you look at it, you still was born a man. And you have a little bit more, let's say, testosterone than these women do. That's all real women. That's how I look at it. But other than that, I don't care what you are. I don't care gay. I don't. And I think that we all in society should not care. We do, because you're right. Who are we to judge? We have an opinion. And my opinion is just that. If you're young and your child come to you and they're 10 and saying, hey, I'm gay, I want to change my name, I agree in saying hell no. Excuse my language, but when you get grown, handle you. But I'm not doing that.
Right. Exactly.
Yes, that's the only blowback I have. When they're young, leave that alone. Let them handle that when they get grown. Because here's the thing. Certain kids can feel a certain way, but then all of a sudden something happened and they get older and then they want to change their mind. It's too late now. There's no going back. So when you reach that certain age, that peak that then you go ahead and do that.
Right. I do. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's like there's just so much controversy out there right now. And, the controversy was there way before. But, at the end of the day, when you really sit back and look at it, it's like, what are we saying as a community of African Americans? And then, how do we separate the fact that when it's all said and done, we're not putting food on any of their tables?
No,
so if they decide that,
I
you know what, for today and just for today, if I have to sit up there, who knows really how much they paid just come out there and what for 5 minutes, a song maybe 5 minutes, 3 minutes, I don't know. You know what I mean? But for them to make that decision, it was a financial decision. And I think when it comes down to that part, then no one has a right to condemn them when they're
I'm gonna
thinking
say it
that
again.
it's financial.
Well, I can say it again. Depends who it is. To me, and I love some Snoop. Not like I love some DMX, but I love some Snoop. But I just don't believe he need the money. Now, when you talking about Soldier Rat Boy, then I can understand that.
Well, I think with Snoop, you know, to me, and allegedly, and this is allegedly, and and he looks like the type to me that have plenty of side chicks on the side, and so
Okay.
he got a lot of people to take care of. He got his kids, he got the grandkids, he got the wife. You know what I mean? There's no telling how many other houses he got his little, side chicks in, and the taxes he got. You know what I mean? When we look at these people and we say they have the money, we don't know how they spend it. Because why else would you do it outside of you are going to pay me what I'm worth? You are going to pay for my name. Now, if I have to sit up here and just rolling on some gin and juice and eat it a Snoop Dogg, whatever, he just be walking around like a worm or whatever he's doing. You know what I mean? And and people just be like, oh, it's Snoop Dogg. To allow someone to really, when it's all said and done, use you to fool others to believe that 99% of African Americans voted for this here man. That's how I see it. It's all a ploy. It's all smoke and mirrors, smoke screen, or whatever to say. Now you see how the Black community was really supporting. You had some that was really supporting, but this is what I've been saying to people that has been asking me. I said, all I can tell you is that you sit back, because you have to watch people dig a hole and jump in it. You have to watch. You have to just sit back and watch and see what he do. If you truly believe that something about this man has changed, then you have a right to vote for him and have this belief. And now, if you truly believe that, this was a move of, if I run for president, then that means I have to do no time for the crimes that I have committed. Then to you, that means that this was just a ploy and that you just came in under a disguise of, I want to run this country, when, some people just believe there's nothing that you're saying, like, it doesn't make sense. But you, as with everyone else, you have to give a person that opportunity to show himself. But to say, God spared my life because, to me, you cannot bring him into politics like that. Even though the Bible says that you are to pray for your government, it says you are to pray for your president, you are to pray for your government. But when you stop and look at it, I want to say, who was it? I want to say it was Samuel that God had appointed king. And he went on to do what he wanted to do. And suddenly, he took him out of that position. So when you say he saved me for this, but if you're not going to go and really perform at that level where you're saying, I'm spiritually led, then when that time comes, and then suddenly, who knows? Who knows whether, we don't know whether another impeachment come. You know what I mean? We ride this out and see how we survive this next 4 years. You don't know.
My opinion, and let me give I think, and I could be wrong, my opinion. One, I look at it as this presidency has been bought. And I'm going to tell you why. Because everyone that he appointed, everyone there, are all these millionaires. First of all, this man ain't got no money like that. He in debt like everybody else. Now, I just want to put that out there. Second of all, I'll say it again, and this is my opinion. Most of these people that are there could not give 2 cents about the price of eggs, coffee, bread, and nothing. They could afford it 5 times over. If you really believe, you people out there, and that's just my opinion, that they really care about the food on your table, then something wrong with you. They don't care about none of that. They're millionaires. They don't care. They can buy the whole farm if they want to. They ain't no worry about what food that you ain't be able to afford. Because I'm going to say it again. If that's the case, and we could be wrong, the proof could be in the put. If the man change, he can prove it by the first time he get up in there, change the price of everything, lower the price. And I'm going to give you my opinion again. I feel this way. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. He will not lower the price because, first of all, that's not why those millionaires put him there. They ain't lowering nothing. They want more money. They ain't trying to lose money. That's just my opinion. It's obvious. If I'm I'm rich, what I look like want to lose instead of gaining? I'm going to help you get here because you're going to help me get more, not get less. I ain't trying to lower my egg price. I'm fine with the way it is. So watch and learn. If it don't happen, you're going to say to yourself, wow, why are we still paying the same thing? Oh, because he's going to give you all the promises in the world and say, oh, well, I'm working on it. And by the time he's working on it, he's out of office already. And then you sitting there like, did nothing lower. Oh, it went down this month, but it went back up. Because these people are about losing money. This is about dollars and cents.
Right. But like I said, it's something. What else caught my eye was when I think it was on TMZ or something like that. They always in somebody's business. But they had Elon Musk up there. And when I seen that salute he did, I was like, wait a minute. That little salute kind of seems similar to what Hitler was doing. Like, what kind of mess is this? You know what I mean? But like I said, you have them in office. You have to give a person a chance to do and deliver on what they say. But at the end of the day, like, some people, they say, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. Because if you start messing with Medicare, if you start messing with, the programs that are there to help the people, on the lower spectrum of income, like the Section 8s and the things like that, if you in there and you start, signing away all these executive orders, if you are sitting there, like, to me, it doesn't make any sense. And it could be true, and then, it could be false. People just put things out for propaganda or whatever. If you put the child's father, or if you put the child's mother on child support, then you cannot claim that child on the taxes. Whoever's on child support has a right to claim, you know what I mean? Almost like saying that if you put this person on child support, you will be punished. Now, if you're paying this child support and then you're saying, I don't have a right to claim my child because I put the father on child support, you don't even know. There was this meme that you have fathers knocking on the door saying, put me back on child support. I didn't ask you to close that case because they get to claim the kid.
You know what? I look at it this way: the things that's going to happen, and it may not benefit the lower class, because if you make cuts to a lot of things, the money got to come from somewhere to pay for all the things that they want to do. And I'll say it again: those that's been blessed, majority of them, I would say not all, do not like to give back. They like to keep taking. And it's like this way: if you talking about, well, people can't do this and they can't afford that, then how about this? Don't complain when you gotta raise somebody's cost of living where they got to make more. I want to make more than $20 an hour. What? That's too much. But then yet the cost of living is high. So shouldn't I make more? See, when you got these businesses, what they want to do is they want you to work for them, but I want to pay you cheap. See, I want you to help me make all this money, but I don't want to pay you much. That's the getaway. And then I want a tax cut, but I don't want you to get a tax cut. It's unfair the way things are going.
Right.
It's make it even and everyone would be happy. Those that have do not half of the time worry about those who do not have. I'll say it again, and I'm going to say it until I turn blue. They do not care about the price and the cost of living because they could afford it. These people got maids living in mansions and, they got butlers. You think they worrying about these things? Come on. They say it because they know that's what you want to hear. And then you're going to vote for me. And then once I'm here, man, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'll say it again. Executive orders on something important, not on, oh, I got to let out those people that followed me and they all got locked up, because I promised them that. I promised the people that voted for me that I was going to do that. You also promised that you was going to lower gas price. How about, I'll say it again, sign that. If you people don't see what's going on, then something's wrong. How about signing that? That's important. That's what people care about. I don't care about the ones that's in jail. Do that afterwards. It's not going to happen, people. You're going to get excuses. You heard it from me. Watch. You're going to get excuses.
Like I said, it's just a point of giving a person the opportunity, sit back and, just sit back. You just have to sit back and watch and wait. You have to sit back and watch and wait. But when you see what's going on, don't you be in denial, and don't you be in a huff, and don't you be in a puff, and don't you sit up there and now you want to talk out the other side of your mouth because you are the very one who said what he said. God told me to vote for him. It's like, okay.
Mm-hmm. You don't be surprised, people. They turn around here, and then after all said and done, they're talking about how this country's been sold out. Don't be. Look, man, I just see things going wrong. I really do, and I see people getting upset, being surprised, and you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be, because you should have known this was going to happen.
You shouldn't be, because
you talk about us common folk. Yeah. This man, you can't even believe nothing that come out of his mouth, but yet y'all do. But y'all talk about other regular folks? Come on.
Let me tell you one thing, and one thing is for sure. No matter what happens, you better stay prayed up. You better stay prayed up. You better to rely on the Most High to deliver his promises before you rely on man to deliver his promises. And I say it again. You better to rely on the Most High to deliver on his promises before man delivers on his promises. Because when it's all said and done, as we can see, even with these rappers that's performing, man will change. He's going to change to do what suits his needs and his desires. But when it's all said and done, God stays the same. Jesus is the same. He's the same then, he's the same now. There's nothing about him that's going to change. So when it's all said and done, through whatever cuts is coming up, whatever is happening in this world today, let me tell you something. If you don't believe in prayer, you have to get down on your knees and start praying. And
Mhm.
if the Bible says pray for your government, you better pray that every single one of them really align themselves with the word of God and will make those decisions that's going to help the most high's people.
I'm
But
gonna say it now. Sweet
Mhm.
Lips gonna say it. I agree with you. But all those in government that always talking about the Lord this and the Lord that, see, they talk out the side of their neck. All of them do.
Yep.
Majority of them talk off the side of their neck. Because honestly, to me, my opinion, I believe they just say it just to say it. Oh, because I'm spiritual. I go to church. You go to church and still do the same old crap that you shouldn't be doing. So really, come on. Come on. And that's where the problem comes in at.
Right. But like I said, in order to make a way for you, you have to rely on the Most High. That's who you need to be praying to for changes. That is where
Mhm.
your faith need to lie. And that is going to tell you right there. You are going to see the difference between man's promise and God's promise. Because He's going to deliver
Mhm.
on his. He is going to deliver on his because he is wanting what's best for you. So what I want to say to those out there, change your ways. Hi, Rob G. Hi, Rob. Hey, hey, hey. Blessings to you and stay safe. Stay safe. But you have to rely on the Most High to see you through any storm. He will pull you through the storm. All you have to do is remain faithful and put him first. This is how you get through whatever is going to happen. Because let me tell you something, the plans that God had for you, man can't take it. So it doesn't matter what pen he's signing, he can sign until his knuckles fall off. But when God said this is for you, it's coming. No one can stop it. No one. Because let me tell you something else. When it's all said and done, like I said, we look at these here for African American men that that was probably not even like this year president wasn't even on the tip of their tongue, but yet suddenly they grabbed a mic and you know we believe in that they're selling their souls. But when it's all said and done, and the more I look at it, you know spiritually, you don't know why he put them there in that position. You don't know why he said, why would, you know, either that, like some of them I know, the chances that they even believe in that there is a father, the Son and the Holy Spirit is very, very, yes, yes. I just zoomed in on the face. Um, believe that he is putting them there. You know what I mean? Is it a way of saying, break them barriers down, lower, lower your guard. Look at what people are doing and how they are selling themselves out, but don't you follow that. That's not for you to follow. Because let me tell you something, you cannot believe in God and then sell your soul to the devil. You just can't do it. And so maybe this is a way of him saying, you know, no, if you are for me, no amount of money is going to turn you against me.
But sis, let me get your opinion. The hard part about that is in the way society works and how we, because I understand what you're saying with kids today is what they see is kind of like backwards of what we're saying. Because that's like, back in the day when you say, hey, you know what? Don't follow that drug dealer because I don't want you to be like him because they're gonna go around the wrong path. They're gonna try this way. But then that kid said, like, well, that drug dealer got all the cars, the women, and he seemed to be
Don't
fine.
run
He's
with that.
he's
Don't
getting
run
away with
with
this that.
that.
But then here's the thing too also. Then now we saying going forward, hey, do this, do that, don't break the law, and this is and that. And then now they see, hey, that's what you say, don't break the law, you go to jail. But this man broke all types of laws and he's the president. So what are you really telling us? And see, that's where it comes in confusing. He broke laws, but he's the president. He became president. He did things that we would go to jail for, but he became president and did the same. What's wrong with this world?
But see, that's why
it's confusing.
Right. No, let me tell you something. The devil,
and it's nothing more higher than the president. This man became president.
Right. The devil confuses people.
If we did half of the things that he done, if I did half of the things that he have done, I would be under the jail, stomped on and everything else. If I say the things, half of the things he said, there's no way that I can get that high up. But that's the society we live in that's confusing to what we're trying to teach our kids. Don't do this because this will happen. But they're looking at, well, it didn't happen to him. And look how far he got.
But this is what I also believe too, is that when we're telling our children, don't do this and don't do that, we ourselves are the first role models that our children see. So we have to live up to that. We cannot say out of one side of our mouth, don't do this and don't do that. And then the next side of our mouth, our children are watching us do exactly what they told you just told them not to do.
I agree.
So
I agree
that right there, to me, that falls back.
Yes, I agree to 100%. But let's look at it this way too. There are those families that raise their kids in perfect ways, work hard in the whole bit. But I said it before, it doesn't mean anything when the child turns around here and go left. It has nothing to do with your upbringing. It's like, okay, I didn't teach you that. I didn't sell no drugs. I worked hard for a living. I gave you everything you want. What are you doing out here on these corners like that? See, that's what I'm saying. You can raise your kids a certain way, but sometimes those little shiny things they see make them turn another way. And you'd be like, okay, I don't know what went wrong there. The parent didn't go wrong. You did everything possible. But it's just that they feel, hey, I want to go this way because it's a shortcut and they can get away with it. So why can't I?
Right. And then when you think about it that way, then you have to think about it is that is what these 4 grown men were saying. I don't care about this man, but if he gonna sit there and he gonna pay me, in the upper thousands to sit up here for 3 minutes, then I'm going to take his money, because a lot of times that is and I'm not going to even put it on color, that is a people's mentality. I don't have to like you. I probably can't stand you. Now, most of us would say, but I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to mess with you completely. I'm not going to mess with you at all. And then the other ones would say, I can't stand you. I don't believe in nothing you say. But if you say that you won't pay me, $800,000, and all I got to do is just sit here and hit 3 bars, I'm about to go hit them 3 bars. Right. Because financially, that's just giving me another cushion to add to what I have already. So, you know what I mean? There lies the double standard. So, when it's all said and done, we can't look at them and say, you're selling out. They're doing what is financially right for them at this here moment. Like, I don't even care about this man. I have no association with, because again, when you're battling the flesh, because the flesh is weak, you are going to go.
There's another thing. But to me, I just look at it as just, I don't understand it when deep down inside, so many people here don't need the money. You don't need it.
But this is what we fail to realize, is that we're on the outside looking in saying you don't need it, but those are on the inside We don't know what kind of financial situations that they're in, because when it's all said and done, um, I don't even know if any of their houses burned down. I don't know if it rotted away because of the storms. We don't know. We just don't know what their
And
financial
those are the people that don't say the
situation is.
words, well, I wouldn't do anything for money. I wouldn't sell my soul for money.
No,
And
but
that's
we
what
all know a
baby's
lot.
like, yes, you would. You
Let
would.
me tell you something.
You know that old saying, everybody has a price. That's that old saying, everybody has a price.
Let me tell you something. And I can honestly admit, I did not vote for the man. And if he knocked on my door and said, I will give you $500,000 if you sang 3 bars,
Look at your situation. So
I'm about to do it.
if
I'm
you
about
look
to
at your
say,
situation, it'd be understandable. I'ma
but
say it
no,
again.
but that's not to
Listen,
say that
when
that's
you're down here,
their
that's
situation.
understandable. But when you up here, I
But
don't get it.
but see, this is what we do wrong as people. We assume because these people has made a couple of thousands or millions over here that they still have it.
Well, then don't be fronting.
Just like
But they
people,
showing up, they be fronting pretty good with all the mansions and all the cars. They be
no, but
fronting.
look at the man that's in office. He was fronting, and I was telling people for a long time, he ain't no billionaire and he ain't no up there millionaire.
Nope.
He's not, that's not. People portray this image that they want you to believe. But when it's
That's
all
true.
said and done,
That's
like
true.
you stop and you think about it. Snoop got a couple of records. He about every commercial that there is, but financially, where is he at? We don't know how much he owned the IRS. We don't know. We just don't know what these people financial situations are. And if it's going to benefit you, but at the same time, this is what we also know is that when you try to get something quick and that blessing did not come from God, you'll lose it as quick as you got it. Because now people are knowing, oh, well, you must have made X amount of money off of that, and all that you owe and whoever you owe will come after you for it. So money come, money go. Money come, money go. That's what I said. Snoop our dog be sitting over there and Snoopy and the hookie and the pookie and whatever he be saying, he be saying some mess. I don't even know what he be like. Yeah, that was Snoop Dogg and you know what he be saying, but what's coming through my mind is that song that I was listening to. Um, 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 Everybody hand go up, and they stay there, and they say, yeah, up, down. All I do is win, win, win. And that's what's going through Snoop Dogg. All I do is win, baby, win. And Snoopy was in the hookie, and I was in the game for 20 years. It's like, you know what? So what? So what? You got the gist what I'm saying. Snoop is saying right now is all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind. I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And when their hands go up, and he's saying, yeah, and he stay there, up, down, up, down. Now he's just getting paid. You best believe out of all those people, Snoop, they paid him for the name. He ain't got out there. Let me tell you something. I bet you, I forget who were the country singers that was singing and all that. Even this is what I'm confused at also when he was saying, I guess because they didn't change their gender. Now, back in the day when people heard the Village People, they were saying that, you know what I mean, they were, flippy side sweeties. And so, but you got them up there performing YMCA, but now how are you really looking at them? Because you're saying that there's just a man and a woman, but then the village people were supposed to be gay people.
Mhm.
So everybody's using everybody. And that's the sad part about this world that we live in. Everyone uses everyone. And that's what I said. If you don't know about praying, if you don't know about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, you better get to know them, because that is who you are going to have to rely on to pull you through any storm. It doesn't matter what that signature look like on that paper. You just know what the words say. And the words say that if you believe in me and you put me first, I will add all everything else will be added to you. So, again, that's just the world we live in. That's the world that we live in. And that tells
Agree.
you how your soul can be for sale. Everyone has a price. Everyone has a price. Now, either you're going to wait or you're going to try to get that, get it quick. Like I said, Soldier Boy need all the money he got. The last time I heard he had a kid, and he needed Rick Ross. I'm just trying to think about who this man is. I thought he was like a rapper or a producer, or like some. Let's just say this, because when I think about it, um, he went and got all the troubled people outside of Snoop. And even he went down a history of being a troubled soul. He went and got, and let me tell you one more thing. And if Diddy was out, he would have had Diddy up there. And he would have went to the after party at Diddy's place.
He been there.
They would have been, that's what a lot of them was doing. Everybody was oil, they was just in there doing the doing, having fun. But like I said, do we call it a sellout? Are you chasing money? You're chasing money. You're chasing money. Are you selling out? You're doing what's financially right for your situation at that moment. If any of us was in that situation where we had to go hit 3 bars for, who knows, a $500,000, right now, 60,000 to Soldier Boy sound real good, because when it's all said and done, your name is not out there like that anymore, and anything associated with your name is negative. Like I said, I just can't place who Rick Ross is, but I think he had a troubled history himself, But we're hoping, it would be nice to think that this was a way of starting the year off, breaking barriers, saying that, hey, let's move on, let's move forward, and not look at it like, when it's all said and done, oh, well, you just did this because you're greedy, or whatever the case may be. We just really don't know, any, if there's a hidden agenda there. So, I want to look at it like, because when it's all said and done, let me tell you something, honey, I'm praying and I'm just relying on the Father to fulfill any needs that I have. And so far, he's been doing a good job, and thank you, Lord. But let's just kind of look at it and say, let's sit back and watch and see what happens. Let's sit back and see if there's really a change. Let's see if we can come together and unite and, pray for all those people that's in office, that they do the right thing.
Mm-hmm. I
We just,
agree.
what we can do is just sit back, pray that things will get better. All the promises will be fulfilled. You know what I mean? There will not be this thing of, oh, if you say that you're a woman, but you're a man and you're a woman, you know what I mean? Like, let's just pray
Let's
that
just hope for the
they are
best,
protected.
because no matter what, I hope for the best. I'm really truly hoping for the best.
That is
Because
all.
ain't nothing more better than be proven wrong. I am hoping for the
Right,
best.
and
I
that's all
really
we
mean
can.
I'm hoping for the
That's
best.
all we can do.
Because you got to think about it this way, how I look at it. If one suffer, we all suffer. Because think about it. If food prices don't go down, we all suffering from that. Not just one
Let
person.
me tell
We
you
all
something.
are.
We not going to keep on praying and keep on believing. Because let me tell you something. When it's all said and done, regardless of what's going on, honey, God is not going to allow his people to suffer. That is what we're not going to do.
We're gonna be
We are
out
not
in
going
the
to suffer.
supermarkets fighting for a box of eggs.
We're not going to suffer because he's going to make a way. And he going to make a way. I'm telling you, he about to make, it's going to be some changes going on. And people going to see where the pushback, where everybody thinking that, oh, you know, he's putting in his people in there. Like there's not going to be his people. Because when it's all said and done, the Father will step in. You just have to have faith that he is going to pull you through this here storm and some changes is going to be made, but those changes will not affect you. So that is Sweet Lips and Sister Sledge. That's we are talking about whether you're chasing dollars and how much are you worth? What is your worth? And who is paying? Who is paying? Who is paying? Because when you are praying, the Father got you. He got you. God got you. Okay. That's the one that you should be relying on. Whatever's going on around this world, in this whole entire world, we all just need to be praying on one accord that no matter what is going on, no matter what type of storm you think that you may be going through, God will pull you through the storm. He is going to provide a way for you. There's no need in panicking. Let's just hope for the best and pray for the rest. That's all we can do. That is all that we can do. So it is Sledge, it is Sweet Lips, and hey, if you have a party or a gig and you need us to come and break down 4 or 5 bars for the right price and the airline ticket, we are coming to sing. And how are we selling out our souls? No, we are not. We're just playing. Let me not even say we're making financial moves because I don't want anything that the Father been providing for me all this time to go away because I'm out here talking foolish and deceiving people, which he said not to do. But whatever decision that you make, pray on it. Pray on it. Pray. Keep praying. Put God first, okay? Above all else and all others, put him first, and he will reward you in the end. It is Sledge. It is Sweet Lips. I don't know where you're going, but you got to get up out of here.